And it goes and hits over the backboard. So the Knicks will get it back, and we'll have timeout. This team, as we mentioned, 2 games under 500. The injuries a lot to do with that when you have your best player out 32 games. Derek Strong, Nick Anderson, and Harper also missing double-digit amount of games. And everybody else nicked up. And with all the new faces, tough to get into kind of a rhythm. It's not been an easy year for Chuck Daly. 38 seconds remaining in the third. Knicks by 19. And his mom just recently hospitalized back in New Jersey. We'll want to send our best wishes to Mrs. Walsh. Your son's doing great down here. So a void left by Tim Walsh. And in his place, Mike Saunders got some good help in Saeed Hamden. And there's Saeed, one of the newest members of the Knicks staff, the assistant trainer.
Saeed asked before the game for us to say hello to his son Matthew, who turns 5 today. And Dad will be home late tonight. Matthew, you better be in bed or you're in big trouble.
Very late. Knicks with a 19-point lead. Half-minute remaining here in the third. Houston called for travel. This moved his feet a little bit. Knicks now with 12 turnovers.
Allen drifts into that once in a while, where he lifts that pivot foot.
Outlaw backing in. Oh, boy, that's a great effort.
That's using your lower body, I'd say, to success. His game.
Final seconds of the third quarter, and Harper called for a foul, which is going to send Childs to the line.
Foul number 12.
So Derek Harper picks up his first foul, and Childs to the free throw line.
Chris Childs shooting 2.
Knicks and Cavs on Sunday, right here on the MSG Network. A little later start, tip-off at about 8:10. Our coverage begins 7:30 with MTS Cannon game night. The Knicks and the Cavaliers. Childs hits the first. That'll be a good one. Brevin Knight and Gauskas, who's coming off his fine all-star performance in the rookie game. Another game against an Eastern Conference team that the Knicks are battling for playoff position. Started with Charlotte Tuesday, tonight Orlando. And then Sunday night against the Cavaliers. Knicks lead back to 19. Final seconds here of the third. Nick Anderson trying to get free for a hoist shot. Puts it up and off the mark. And that will end the third quarter. A strong one for the Knicks as they outscore the Orlando Magic 27-14. Allen Houston had 10 of his 16 here in this third quarter. Knicks defense was excellent. 3 quarters complete. The Knicks lead it by 19.
20-10-10. That's points, that's rebounds, that's assists. Anthony Bowie. Very controversial triple-double too, because Doug Collins wasn't happy about the Orlando Magic calling a timeout so he could get an assist at the end of the game. And Bowie tries to shake hands with Doug Collins, who was disgusted by that.
Quite frankly, I kind of see Doug Collins' viewpoint on that. You get the game's over. Not that it's rubbing in, but it's a little tainted on that. Anthony Bowie, real popular guy already with his teammates and a good guy. He's kind of caught in a funny situation. Yeah. But I understand Collins' sentiment.
Yeah, you could see where he didn't want to shake hands with a contrived triple-double from his perspective, but Bowie being a nice guy, very excited about it. So at least it gave us a chance to review that. Good evening he had, because one assist certainly didn't mar the fine effort he had in that game.
So the Knicks begin the fourth quarter after a dominating third period in which the Magic shot 5 of 24 from the field. And they lead by 19 here in the final 12 minutes. Mills hesitates, then puts it in. Chris Mills now in double figures with 10. The 5th Knick to hit double figures in scoring. Mills is 4 of 5 from the field. Magic turn it over for the 10th time. Starks the 3. Harper will let it go out of bounds. Again, the first couple of minutes so important. You give the Magic, especially when a team's down by so many, give them any bit of a little run here. Crowd will get back into it and the momentum. So the first 3 minutes vital now for Jeff Van Gundy's club.
62% shooting by the Knicks right now.
Derek Strong way off. Knicks again look to break. Styles pass deflected by Outlaw. And the Knicks will regain. Anthony Hardaway is having a very poor game. He's only played 24 minutes. Has not had a field goal. 3 assists, including those 2 points. Knicks with 19 on the shot clock.
Well, I remember the many times here, Mike, when this arena was electric, loud, wild, you know, tremendous excitement here. And now this team has really taken the energy out of the crowd as well.
Knicks turn it over. Magic almost turn it over. Eight on the shot clock. Shay's little jump hook. Nice move from Danny Shay's. And it's 77-58. Knicks by 19. By the way, John, we've confirmed that the 22-point lead the Knicks had in the third was their largest since Ewing went down with the injury.
So you made a very good guess.
Well, we've had so many close games. We can't remember the last time the Knicks were up by this much. Allen Houston knocks it in, a three-pointer. Allen Houston coming alive in the second half. He's got 19 for the game to lead all scores. 13 in the second half. The lead back to 22. An illegal defense call against the Knicks. Producer Howie Singer tells us that the last Knicks lead this big was against the Celtics on Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
Meanwhile, Chuck Daly, it appears, has checked out on Ronnie Cycli. Gerald Wilkins, the forgotten man, at the end of the bench.
Wilkins not here tonight. Had not been playing much. He's got a personal matter to deal with.
Hadn't played in 3 of the last 5 games as well.
Starks called for the foul. A little tripping foul. Starks with a smile at Bob Delaney.
His
Second foul on Starks. First on the Knicks here in the fourth. And this place, as we mentioned earlier, one of the loudest in the arena in the NBA, is extremely quiet. That's why. Magic have not played well at home this year. They're 500, 11-11. Anderson. And he's hammered by Starks. A very hard foul. And has a word for Starks afterwards. Starks says nothing and walks away.
His second team foul.
Third foul on Starks.
Nick Anderson shooting
So
2.
Anderson will shoot 2. Of course, this has been the problem area for Nick Anderson. Remember back in the NBA Finals a few years ago, had a nightmare from the free throw line that lost the game for the Magic, and he has not been the same since. And I don't mean just from the free throw line. His overall game, this year he's at 45%. He's a guy that one shot 74% from the line. Hits the pair here.
The odd part of you were mentioning the home record at 500, Mike. The odd part of this Magic team, they have won games recently, winning 4 of their last 6 against Minnesota, Washington, Atlanta, Houston. Not bad.
Yep.
Good wins.
Some quality wins.
And they had one of those 2 games that they lost in the last 6 was a 2-pointer at Phoenix. Well, the only bad one was to Indiana last Tuesday after the All-Star game.
That foul, by the way, on Harper was his second. Now another foul against the Magic.
Foul number 45.
Bo Outlaw picks up his third. Second team foul against the Magic. There's some fans in the upper deck chanting, "Let's go Magic," as Allen Houston misfires. Other than that, people are just sitting and saying nothing. This place is absolutely silent. A 20-point